What could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8?
What could go wrong with this
If I'm
video?
not in it, like this shot.
We are here to fight the judgmental tides of YouTube and discuss what could very well go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8. So push that dislike button and let's go. What could go wrong with Episode 8? If you kill Luke, I will kill you.
What could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8? Rey being practically perfect and perhaps outdueling Luke Skywalker.
Because no one is better than Luke Skywalker.
That could go wrong in Star Wars Episode 8.
What could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8? Jar Jar Binks could make a cameo appearance. No! That is what could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8.
What could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8? Kylo Ren and Rey could be twins.
Oh man, that would be terrible.
Because they will be reliving the glory days. And usually trying to relive the glory days ends up like utterly failing and get slapped in the face.
What could go wrong in Episode 8? If Kylo Ren and Rey fall in love, that would be the stupidest thing that could happen in Star Wars Episode 8.
Oh, hello, Kylo.
I love it when you wear black.
I love it when you're psycho.
What could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8? If that what's-her-face orange lady is Yoda's girlfriend. That could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8.
What could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8? If I'm not in it. Because that would be a tragedy. We should start a campaign for Josiah for Star Wars Episode 8.
That's what could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8.
What could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8? Snoke could be Rey's father.
No! That's impossible!
That is what could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8.
What could go wrong with Episode 8? It could continue the Episode 7 trend of repeating everything that happened in the original trilogy. Yeah, that is what could go wrong with Episode 8.
What could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8? Luke had Rey out of wedlock. Because that is by far the stupidest, more stereotypical sci-fi thing I've seen so many times.
He's your son? I have a son?
Someone needs to break the mold. Plus, you'd also like ruin Luke's character.
He's supposed to be good.
That's what could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8.
I love BB-8, but if he saves the day, I will seriously throw up. That's one thing that could go wrong with Episode 8.
What could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8? Anakin Skywalker flashbacks.
I don't like sand.
We seriously want to forget those days ever happened. Let's not go back to them. That is what could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8.
It's coarse and rough and irritating. And it gets everywhere.
What could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8? The Empire builds another Death Star for about the 80th time in this franchise. Looks like they can't come up with a new super evil weapon other than let's destroy planets! That's what could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8.
What could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8? Kylo Ren is bad because he's got some kind of stereotypical villain sob story. Like maybe he didn't play checkers enough with Han Solo growing up.
Somebody was kicking his android as a kid.
So he decided that the only logical thing to do about this problem was to try to kill everybody in the universe. That is what could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8.
What could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8? Poe dies. For real. And if Poe dies, the TV dies. That's what could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8. What could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8? Kylo Ren and Rey could go get married and become an evil couple and then find out that bad dude Snorkel or Snowman or whatever his name is their long lost great uncle who is somehow related to Anakin Skywalker. Han Solo didn't really die, it was actually Leia, and it was just an optical illusion for some freakish thing. Chewbacca gets married to some lovely female Wookiee. The orange lady goes up and starts her own counseling website. Poe decides to become a smuggler because he wants to be just like Han. Then, because everybody is like disorganized and everything's in chaos and like the family's all split up and no one's good anymore, then Jar Jar B comes in and he's Super Senator and he's got his android friends BB-8 and all those other robots. They come in, they save the war, the galaxy, they save the dream.
That, my dear subscribers, is what could go wrong with Episode 8.
What is the possible worst thing that could go wrong with Episode 8? It's a bad movie. Because we all know that's the worst thing that could happen to a movie. That is what could go wrong with Star Wars Episode 8. Peace out. See you later.
See ya.
See ya.
With one of the